Hey everyone, it's me Elle, and today we'll be talking about the Vivo Y20S G. Now, as some of you may or may not know, this is Vivo's new budget gaming phone. And you guys are probably wondering what this phone is about and what it has in store for all of us when it comes to its performance. So the real question here is, what makes the Vivo Y20S G a great budget gaming phone? We'll be talking about its performance with different games such as Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, and League of Legends Wild Rift. Before we get to that, let's have a quick breakdown of the exterior and then let's hop over to the specs and overall performance. I know the design at the back doesn't really play into the gaming performance of the phone, but what I really like is that this phone is slim, because it makes it super handy and easy to use for long hours. I noticed that when I play games, which is mostly in landscape mode, my palm tends to muffle the audio, so that's something you have to adjust to. Or you can always use the headphone jack or some wireless earbuds. Anyways, Cholo already gave his tour of the buttons and ports of this device in his review of the Y20S G. By the way, if you guys want to see the full unboxing of this phone, you guys can check out Cholo's review that I will link up here. But for us, let's see if G does stand for gaming. For display, it has a 6.51-inch IPS LCD HD Plus display, which I do think is pretty decent for gaming indoors. Not sure about outdoor experience though, but the colors are bright and vibrant and it makes the gameplay visuals pop out. And it does get the job done for its price. Either way, I don't think any of us should be going outside with this current situation, so please stay safe everybody. For the processor, we have a MediaTek Helio G80 with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is pretty ideal for everyday mobile gaming and is one of the go-to setups for a budget gaming phone. On a side note, the G80 performs a lot better than the Snapdragon 460 that we got on the Y20i. On the software side of things, the Vivo Y20S G runs on Android 11 with FunTouch OS 11, which means this one goes far beyond gaming itself. I guess G does stand for gaming, don't you think? For the battery, this one packs a 5000 mAh battery and 18-watt fast charging. And based from our test, it lasted 16 hours and 25 minutes of battery life. To help you keep track on how much time you've spent on each game on your phone, the Vivo Y20S G has a game space, where you can see your game data and it's basically a gaming hub. In short, this is where you find out the temperature of your phone, how much storage the games take up, and how much time you spent playing. It's actually pretty interesting to see kung saan napupunta yung pagpupuyat natin. Now let's try out some games on the Vivo Y20S G. Let's go! Like I said, we'll be playing Call of Duty Mobile, League of Legends Wild Rift, and Genshin Impact, all of which will be in different settings so you guys can see how the Vivo Y20S G can handle a wide variety of mobile games. And of course, I'll add in on what settings I recommend based from my experience. First step for Call of Duty Mobile, I created a new account because I deleted my last one, so don't mind my level. Anyways, I played this on medium settings, then switched it to high frame rate and graphics. Overall, the gameplay on both were pretty smooth and almost lag-free. Although there were times where frames would get a little choppy in medium frame rate, but it's almost unnoticeable. I really enjoyed playing this game in high settings, and I do recommend you guys to try it out because the movement was so fluid and it helps me reload quickly and easily. The movement speed of gameplay was pretty decent, and the display and colors were crisp and saturated, and the IPS LCD HD Plus display delivers really well. As for League, well, I'll be really honest, I'm very new at the game, and the only other Riot game that I play is Valorant. Going back, I played Wild Rift on both quality with 30 FPS and performance with 60 FPS. I honestly had no problem playing this game on both settings since they both run very smoothly and hassle-free. I had so much fun playing Wild Rift on this phone that I spent hours trying to learn and be slightly good at it. The visuals looked amazing and detailed, and I do recommend playing on performance with 60 FPS for a smooth and enjoyable gaming experience. Overall, I have no complaints about gameplay lag or frame drops when it comes to Wild Rift. Now for the most awaited game test, we have the one, the only, Genshin Impact. So for this one, I tried to play on the lowest to medium to the highest setting that's available in game, and boy oh boy, do I have a lot to say. So I started things off and played on the lowest settings with 30 FPS. So far, the gameplay itself was pretty decent. I noticed little to no frame drops and a bit of lag at first, but once things settled down, it was actually pretty enjoyable. Then I switched it up to 60 FPS and it actually improved even more. As for the medium settings, this is where things get a little serious for the Y20S G. I started to notice some frame drops, especially when there are a lot of elements going on the screen. Like for example, when your character swings a sword in the middle of a battle and there are a lot of enemies or hilichurls surrounding you, you can see a bit of delay and dropped frames. But it eventually dies down once the battle is over. When I switched it to 60 FPS on medium, the quality of movement actually improved, but the lag is still quite noticeable, especially when you use the character's abilities. Lastly, for the highest setting, I did the same thing and played on both 30 and 60 FPS, and the frames changed drastically. I have to admit, it did make the gameplay unbelievably seamless smooth, but I saw some lag with the animation, especially when I used my Xiao's ult, which can be heavy on speed and motion. Overall, I noticed the phone started to warm up when I played on both medium and high setting. And let's be honest, playing on the highest setting on Genshin is a bit of an overkill. So I do suggest playing on low settings for a well-balanced gameplay experience when it comes to Genshin Impact. From shooter-type games to MOBAs like Wild Rift, all the way to graphically intensive games like Genshin Impact, you're pretty much good to go with this phone. All for the affordable price of 9,999 pesos. With everything included in this awesome phone, you'll definitely say GG. So, what do you guys think about this phone? Comment them down below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to check out Unbox.ph for more awesome articles. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because once we hit 250k subs, we're giving away a free phone. Once again, this was me, Elle, and I'll see you guys next time.